major changes is we brought the lava coils back to the main, cut a couple of the wizard's lightnings, cut a couple of the flame McKeld. Flame McKeld doesn't play especially great with experimental frenzy anyway. And in the sideboard, we've added a couple of risk factors because I actually think they're pretty good versus most of the Steam Vent decks and Golgari as well. Oh my! Well, I'm pretty sure we're just going to get smashed with the old 5-land opener versus mono blue. Because by the time we get to this frenzy, they'll have a counterspell more than likely. I would not have attacked had I not drawn the burn spell. I think I would attack now because if they kill the lava runner now, that means the frenzy will resolve. I think that's worth it. I guess I can still have a spell pierce too, and then I get completely wrecked, but I typically don't play a lot of spell pierces. So just getting them off for a tort's good enough for me. We're not going to win if the frenzy doesn't resolve, so I have to take any chance I can to get the frenzy to resolve. Wrecked pretty hard. Hey George, what's up? Well, that's not particularly helpful. Not particularly helpful. Why are people going nuts in town? What's happening in town for people to go nuts? Huh. Not 100% sure how we got away with that turn. I might be going to Friday Night Magic. I've not decided yet. That last turn was sweet, though. I mean, pretty sure I don't care about that. Oh, well, this is just perfect. Experimental Frenzy definitely won us this game. Assuming we win. There's a PPTQ in the tri-state area of Tennessee tomorrow, and there's also a Modern IQ in the same area Sunday. You going to either of those? Well, that felt great. I think I actually want these. And I think I want these blocky guys. What don't I want then? I guess I don't want these lower to the ground things that don't really attack anyway. Yeah. I think I'll try this. We have multiple important fours, which feels good. I'll snap this off again. What modern deck you looking to finish now? Want want. Since he can protect it, I think I would rather wait till they try to cast a Curious Obsession. Well, Spirits isn't bad. Boo. Yeah, can we top deck a burn spell into a land? The answer to that question so far is no. I sold a bunch of spirits yesterday. I sold, what did I sell? Sold 3 Effervals, couple of Paths. So I have 4 Cocos in stock, some Shocklands. Well, unfortunately, we didn't draw our land, so we'll just go ahead and kill that and go on about our day. Pretty easy block for me. No. I have only my play sets. I think I have some Dissension Hallowed Fountains, since I don't think Nick's ever going to want them. But, nah. Well, considering they have a 4-turn clock and 4 cards in their hand, I have to imagine that they'll probably beat us before we can ever actually stick a Rekindling Phoenix. We really need to draw our lands on curve. Oh, well, we get to try. Maybe it'll just be Spell Pierces. Yep, like I said, at that point he'd drawn too many extra cards. I didn't expect to resolve. Too many extra cards plus missing land drops. Yep. That's not too bad. So into play, I may want these back. That's not too bad at all, man. Think we're just going to stick with 3 of those and cut 2 of these as well. I think I'd rather have that and cut 1 of these. That's a hand. It's not exciting. I don't have any of our payoff spells. We already have 4 lands. They have mulligan to 5. Excuse me. Steam's gonna be hot. It's not a Steamkin at all. Oops, I shouldn't have 6 here. May want to shock something. Alright, definitely don't want to shock that. Not when Whirly Boy is coming to town. Oh wow, they have a bad draw. Might give a concession away, depends on how many Tempest Gems are in their hand. They probably need multiple Tempest Gems to not concede to this. Hey Flame, long time, man. There's Gen 1. It's been going pretty good. I definitely can't complain. There's somehow winning a game that we drew 6 lands. I'm gonna assume it's because our opponent drew nothing. They mulliganed to 5, got stuck on 2 lands. Let's save this shock till they've spent their mana. Alright, well. My phone's ringing. I'm not getting up to go answer it. Don't care that they draw a card here. It's pretty hard for them to deal with both Chain Whirlers, and I don't think they can without spending all 3 of their mana. Alright, we're on the boards with a win! Your car got died? How did your car got died? How did your car got died? Hey, they accepted it at the last second. Pat o Presidente. Well, can't ever go wrong with prayer. Wonder why our opponent accepted the game if they didn't want to play for like a minute plus. Oh wow, hope you're okay. What? Did we really get the same match 2 matches in a row? Well, at least you are. It's more important than a material possession. If I go to one at all, I'm definitely going to page 3. But I don't know that I'm going to any. It's half the distance for me. So weird that you rarely see this deck and then you see multiple in a row. And if they have a dive down, we probably lose. And or Spell Pierce. And they chose not to protect the queen. I mean, we have no way to deal with a big Jin right now, but it's still hard for me to imagine you're never supposed to not protect the queen. You might not have been able to. If I'm not able to, I just don't play the Curious Obsession unless I desperately need something. So this is kind of an interesting turn. I'm just going to play this. Not attack. Don't want to get Merc Trickstered. Guess they'll have the protection now. You put it on, you have to attack. Maybe they're thinking about a trickster. Who knows? They use a dive down to save this from trading with this. I'm fine with that. And if they just trade, I'm fine with that as well. This version has the full 14 removal spells in the main deck, so to only have one in my top 12 cards feels pretty unlucky. To see what they have. Problem is, I'm in a spot now where I need to draw lands and spells. And I don't know if you've mathed, but you can't do that. Can't draw lands and spells. They might have a sleep. Or they might not have nothing. Really? Don't you like Twitter or look at the website or anything? It's kind of impressive. Okay, so I probably need to just swing with everything. That'll do it if you didn't, then. Let's start with this. Yes, let's just go ahead and play this too. Might force a counter spell. So if I attack with everything, it's got to at least block these two. So you just like chumps, eats, takes 4. I feel like that's kind of a winning line. Could trade this too. So he's like gonna block this, gonna eat this, gonna do that, take 4. They get to keep 2 threats after the turn, and I have to get pretty lucky on the following turn, but we're really far behind. So I can't remove the 3 counters. Not dead. That's always a good sign. Not being dead feels like the best. That's 4 blockers. So, what can we do? We can kill you. And that's enough, right? We can just kill you and attack with 4 things. That's pretty simple. That mat was kind of cool, but $250 is a super steep price. Our opponent and I had a wet noodle fight this game. Neither of us really did much. I didn't have to play the Experimental Frenzy, but like when you try to pass with mana in your pool, it makes kind of like a weird little phase, so it's just faster for me to tap 3 mana and slam it. I guess for that matter, I could have just paid 2 mana and used a Lava Coil and had 1 less trigger as well. So on the draw, I think I'm going to sideboard very similarly to I did last game. I'm going to bring these 4 friends in. I'm going to bring these 3 friends in. And I'm going to get rid of a bunch of wizards. Which, since we only go down to 1 wizard, maybe having the Wizard's Lightnings in the deck isn't worth it. But there's still Burn Spell / Removal Spell. It could not be worth it though. Maybe I should just get rid of these. Maybe just you and you are better. Could argue that a Cannonade is good enough too. I want to try 1 Cannonade. I don't actually think it's good enough. But I will try it. The hand's not great, but they mulligan, so I think it's good enough. Hopefully, oh, not a 6 land. No, no. Don't want that. Hopefully if they do have Curious, they can't protect it. This smells of a wizard's retort. is a Wizard's Retort. At least it taps them out. Well, negate. Gives us a chance to draw a removal spell for that. Didn't draw it. So anytime they untap a Curious Obsession, the games typically just end on the spot. Not 100% of the time, but typically. Diamond Mare, you say? Tweet, tweet. For those of you not doing the math, for Kinley Phoenix is a good one. Oh well. Still a good one. Be fine on the next turn. Maybe it won't. The 8th land's really a lot. A pretty easy block, I think. Don't really care. You just smashing them, Ricky? We need a Frenzy and we need to resolve it. That's not good. Oh, no. That's not good at all then, friend. I've got paired versus Mono Blue Obsession 2 matches in a row, which is kind of weird. To play, I kind of want these Lava Runners and these Wizards Lightnings back, but I don't know how to get them all in. What? They still have 3 cards in their hand. Is it just all counter spells? It took a weird enough pause to make me think they have another Trickster. Alright, Frenzy. Frenzy o'clock. You can do it. Huh. So if I attack, and then they play a trickster and tap this and attack with everything, I block, I drop to 1. Yeah, whatever. We'll just keep passing and hope this fight with fire resolves. JK, we attacky boys now. That's a good one. Huh, apparently my mail just got here. Alright, well I have to cast this shock this turn. I guess I want to cast it on one of these. So we have 3/11 mana. I can cast everything, I guess. Hey JJ, long time my friend. How have you been? Four, five, six, seven, eight, nine, 10. Hey, yeah. Resolve? Question mark. Womp womp. We hoped. We hoped. Unfortunately, that does not work like a spell scout with multiple targets. Wow, 100%. That's wicked. That's a lot of percents. I think I have to start attacking. Okay. Happens. I'm actually not unhappy to get that out of their hand. That's Trickster and that's game, which was one of the reasons that I had to start attacking. Okay, so on the play, feel like I need these and these back, but I don't know what to take out. There's a good chance that I'm just not sideboarding that stuff in. Definitely don't want you. Something like this, remove random card number 1. I think I still want to fight with fire. Yeah, whatever. I've not tried Red Dead Redemption. My friend didn't like it, but I like those games in general. I think this hand's very good for this type of match. What state are you working in these days? Alright. Third land is all I ask. That is not too much for me to ask. Give us a third land, please. Wow, a month. That is a lot of time. Fine attacking here, we have multiple removal spells, so even if he does have a friendly Merfolk Trickster, we don't care. I don't know what I'd do without magic in that long of a period of time. Ooh, the 29th. They got hit by pretty good storms recently, didn't they? So this is a play mistake. I wasn't going to cast my Chain Whirler, but I've decided I'm just going to cast it at this point. I don't really care if they've got a scatter. I decided I was originally not going to cast it, but then I decided that I'd rather get the scatter out of their hand before I ever get to the Rekinli Phoenix portion of the game. This next turn's especially neat. We get to do cool things. We get to, like, shoot that, which is cool. Then we get to use that for mana, which is always cool. They freaked out. Yeah, people are going crazy here too, and I don't even think we got that much. Let's go for a week, baby. I think I just want to cast this. I don't think I care if they counterspell it. Maybe that's just wrong. Maybe I'm supposed to just shoot this. I mean, I'm supposed to just go to the attack phase, figure it out later. Yeah, I like attack phase, figure it out later. I want them to use their mana on their turn if they have a counterspell. That's not good for us. Hopefully the Frenzies will be good enough, though. Alright, well, I'm going to try to go ahead and shoot that one. Didn't love that turn by them. Guess I could attack. See what they do. Their last card's a Curious Obsession. I'm down with that. I didn't want to attack before I remove counters. Because if he blocks this, his thing's a 6/5 and then I can't remove the counters. Like, I don't want him blocking the Runaway Steamkin. I want the Runaway Steamkin. I don't even want to give him a chance to block it. This is my little mana producer right now. So they're down to one card? So now I will attack first. The attack may be lethal depending on what they have, and then I can cast the Phoenix second main phase if not. Alright. Well, beat Mono Blue twice. Two pretty tight games. I want to go get my mail. It's outside being cold and not getting loved by me. I just wants to pets it and strokes it. We could be talking about things other than just mail. Two mono red matches and we're almost an hour into the stream. It's wild. I don't think I 100% completed Red Dead Redemption 1. Oh, I can't remember that long ago. I'm not exactly sure. Could have been playing around Merfolk Trickster or anything. I have literally no idea about that many turns ago. There was a lot of turns the Steamkin was in play. So without knowing what particular turn, it's like really hard to comment what I was thinking. Gonzo! Some of my favorite type of pornography. TMI. Ugh. Not the type of hand we want versus Golgari. As I stand here looking at a lava coil and being exceptionally happy. I choose not to attack because of Jade Light Ranger possibilities. That's fine. We have a shock for that, so I don't care. They have a Vivian on 5, we probably don't win. They don't have a Vivian on 5, this hand's rather good. They didn't have a land on 4, so that's good. They missed land there too. Oh yeah, this is just stellar. Screw you, deck. 3 lands in a row in that spot. Don't you kill it. That'll be bad for me. 4 lands in a row. I'm gonna go ahead and cast this too in case he's got a way to kill the first one. Yeah, sorry about that, bub. I don't think I can adjust it on my end. I don't know how bad it is. Somebody in chat should type what time they see on my clock. Or what time they see down, yeah, on my clock or what. I guess that doesn't help. Just curious if the delay is for everybody or not. Huh. Apparently I have a bunch of... Alright. Wrecked. I guess we're just gonna lose. Yeah, it's quite a bit back. The 11th land's quite a bit in this spot. We've drawn half the lands in our deck in our top 20 cards, basically, 22 cards. It's going to be hard for us to beat this. It's not impossible, though. It's just hard. Hey, another land. Feel like if this was just a blasting station, we would have won this game. Kind of an interesting attack. Does that mean they already have a Carnage? Feels like they have to have a Carnage to make that attack. I don't actually know what I'm supposed to lightning here. Fine. I'll just go to their face. It's another land. Come on. Did they draw another Jade Light Ranger in that spot? Well, I think we have no chance now. I think the Jade Light Ranger top deck ended it. $15 lands too many. I don't even know what to try. If their hand's bad enough and we can get another turn maybe. Like, theoretically, we survive this turn just by blocking here and blocking here. Think that's better than attacking for 2. That attack makes no sense to me. If they have a cast down, we're dead. I'm not going to play around the cast down on top of all of this other stuff. I guess one could argue that he's kind of representing it pretty hard. Could just move the Runaway Steamkin over. How do we deal 9 damage if I move the Runaway Steamkin over? I just don't think we can. I don't think we can win without the Steamkin. So I'm not going to try to. I'm pretty sure he's got a cast down or a contempt or something the way he's playing. I just don't think we could win without the Steamkin. Wouldn't have got there anyway, I don't think. Sad. Basically become kind of a control-y red deck. I mean, it sometimes lets you. You noticed on multiple turns it didn't let us do anything. Pretty sure if it was just Blasting Station, we would have won. Though I'm too lazy to go back and do all the math. It's sad that we couldn't close the game. The opponent got mana screwed for that long. Happens though. Not the end of the world. There's an argument that I should have used the Fanatical Firebrand in response to that Explorer. So, like, trading it like this is probably fine anyway. Alright, we're going to need some of our 8/4 drops. Uh-oh. Oh, sweet, they don't have it. It's just 22. There's not a lot. But we all know how I run. There's not a lot of lands in it. Still have 11 spells in our deck to kill this, so the fact that 2 of these have taken over games is kind of annoying. Ah. Don't think I actually want to draw the risk factor anymore. I think I'm going to shuffle. Still think I just want to draw one of my 4s. Started with double black. That probably means it's Choop. Oh, it's just Vivian. Roth's pretty high. Carnage, that's probably game if they draw land. If they don't draw land, they get to do that. So, what's the odds of beating them now without burn to their face? Low? Low. Alright, it's time to ignore Vivian then. Maybe we can draw 8 points worth of burn. Like, maybe we can draw Frenzy and go nutty with it. We have 2 turns. We could even potentially, like, get a Rekindling Phoenix or something. Probably should have upticked that beforehand. Well, we didn't get there. Well, I guess that's not necessarily 100% true. Still have 1 turn to draw it, and we can potentially get there. It's like a 1 in 15 chance, and then we have to run exceedingly well after that 1 in 15. Oh, they have. I think that was a mistake. I don't think we have to run that hot at all now. We just have to not, just have to hit a Frenzy and not run into lands. That's kind of slap in the face. Alright, well, I'm dead. Because after all that, I'm still 1 land shy. It happens. I think this is a bad match. But to lose that game 1 in that manner is like pretty frustrating. But I think it's a bad match. I think we typically lose the match regardless. I definitely skewed my main deck in a manner to try to beat them. And I've failed miserably. Another 4 land draw, but it's a keep, I think. Especially if they're mulliganing on the play. And we have no answer. Just gonna play this. 5th land too much. They didn't have Wildgrowth Walker though, so. Boo, double green, bad signs. Or double black, rather. Double black again. Goodbye, Chain Whirler. Seventh land. Bad magic card. And they get a Carnage Tyrant, no matter what. Don't think we can deal 13. If they don't have an answer to Experimental Frenzy and we draw Experimental Frenzy, then maybe. My opponents seem to draw really well. Excuse me. The second card? Oh, I don't care about that. That card's even worse than Karn, so. Oh, 9 lands and 15 cards. That'll get you. Put all of our slow stuff back in. What did I take out last time? I must have drugged something out on accident. Or not put something in. Weird. I guess we have to keep it. It's miserably bad, but... we've drawn really well. But the hand itself was pretty bad. Sideboarded that in? That card's not good versus my deck. I have 7 cards in my deck that kills. What the hell? How does somebody think that's good versus me? Like, should be pretty obvious how I'm going to sideboard. That's why risk factor is so good versus them, by the way. Not playing the last land because of the other risk factor in our deck. Don't care if that gets big. Doing well, man. How are you doing? Because of Experimental Frenzy, I want to go ahead and throw the burn spell. Even though it can obviously end up being super bad sometimes. For example, the Frenzy was super bad here. Maybe I'm not supposed to play the land, but I think math would tell me I'm not supposed to play the land. I'm pretty sure I'm just not supposed to ever play that land. But we took so many 1-drops out of our deck that I thought it was probably important. Kind of want to take these treasure maps out of the sideboard for just 2 more risk factors. Pretty sure these treasure maps are just bad. And that's probably game. Because even though our deck's kind of designed to stop that, we've not stopped it one time in 4 games. I have not saw it yet. I kind of avoid that website like the plague. Not sure what we need now to win. It's going to be super hard to do 11 extra damage. Because they're going to gain life every turn off that. So that's basically the best card I can get here. And it's just not good enough. This match is pretty bad. Alright. I guess I won't concede and we'll try to get lucky on the next turn, but we got blown out by Golden Demise when there's only 7 cards in our deck to Golden Demise even kills. That's a bit frustrating, to be honest. But like I said, black-green's a hard match. It's like definitely a match you're not favored versus. You play mono red to like beat up on Steam Vent decks. Beat up on Boros and stuff. Or like mono blue, like we did the first 2 rounds. You definitely don't play mono red to get paired versus black green. Wildgrowth Walker is just too solid. And we keep getting draws like this all day, which don't help the cause. We're getting more lands than we get when I actually play 24 and 25 land decks. Apparently Sinch has left a message on one of my videos, but I don't even know how to look at it. How the hell do I look at it? This hand, by the way, will not win if they're playing Jeskai. Oh, it says, hey, Duder. Well, hey, Duder to you too. We have no chance to win if they're playing Jeskai with this draw. So go ahead and throw the shock at them and do what damage we can, because it's probably the last turn our Runaway Steamkin's actually going to be alive. Oh. Well, they're either playing Boros Angels with the worst draw ever, or Jeskai and Mana Screwed. I think we sideboard similarly to both. Like, Banefire is good versus both, Risk Factor is good versus both, Fight with Fire is good versus both, and Treasure Map's good versus both. I'm gonna assume they're Jeskai, and the way I try to beat Jeskai this day and age is I try to beat them with burn spells. Like, my goal is to beat them with burn spells. So, like, a lot of people will sideboard out almost all of their burn, but I'm only going to sideboard out some of mine. Probably only going to bring in 2 Fight with Fires, probably going to cut like 2 Shocks. But for the most part, I want most of my burn spells. Rip. Alright, that's a keep. Doesn't beat Jeskai. Would have a chance to beat Boros Angels. I'm not 100% sure which they are yet. Alright, well, they're Jeskai, so bad times. Pretty happy with how I sideboarded, though. Let's just attack with the Steamkin here. See what happens. Don't really want to play into Clarion, and I really want to cast a Risk Factor this turn, so. So they have Cannonade and Clarion? Yeah. We're not winning this match, are we? Alright. Can we draw our removal for that? Left some in for a reason. Missed our land too, so no Frenzy. Got pretty dunked on by this mulligan. Interesting. Guess I'm just passing. It's like they have to have something that I care about. They've certainly not showed me anything I care about yet. I assume this gets counterspelled. Kind of assume this doesn't get counterspelled. With the amount of like sweepers they have and Deafening Clarion, I just assumed he'd let that one resolve. Where's a card I don't want? It's another card I want, not a card I don't want. Hmm. That's probably game. That's probably game. Took too long for us to get anywhere. Yeah, well, hopefully they brick really bad for several turns. Or several draw steps. Should have did that on my turn. It was a mistake not to. Okay, opponent. If you have counterspell, the game is over. It's taking way too long. If you have a counterspell, just use it. That wins too. Seems like we tanked a long time for nothing. I think I would rather have Shocks than Wizard's Lightnings. The 2-0 into 2-5 is live. Or sorry, 2-0 into 2-3 is live. So many sweepers. It's playable, but it's not really where we want to be. It's kind of a weird turn next turn because the Viashino guarantees does 2 damage. So like if I Steamkin and then Viashino the following turn and they have a syncopate, like it's super bad for me. But it's the way that I represent the most damage. It feels like it's almost a necessity. They probably have a sweeper, but I don't even know if it matters if they have a sweeper. I'm pretty sure that I still have to make this play. And then hope they can't answer the frenzy quickly. That the frenzy finds us a land every turn. The bad part about this is because they have Fiery Cannonade as well, they can hold up Counterspell and then Frenzy both. Or like they can hold up Counterspell to get Frenzy by just taking a light 4 damage, and then if I don't Cannonade at the end of turn, and neither of those are things that we really beat. Huh. Okay. Well, at least our next turn's easy then. Still easy. This is just better than Treasure Map. Three answers to a Crackling Drake. Yeah. I typically don't play too many of that card, so. Drake's still preventing 5 damage, which is ridiculous. Hope we get at least one land here. Did not get our land. That hurts. Not getting a land every turn that you have an Experimental Frenzy in play hurts badly. It's one of the quickest ways to lose a game. Excuse me. Would have liked our spot if we'd hit a land. Yeah, give them something to potentially counterspell. Please land. Nice. Oh, wow. Now that one was just a bonus. Didn't expect to get that. Happy Fun Time bonus. Sometimes Frenzy goes crazy. So what good draws do they have right now that isn't a sweeper? Any? I don't think they have any that's not a sweeper. Doom Whisperer. That card's going down. Huh. We have this nice little Banefire in our hand now. And, it's going to bring us a pity chest. Banefire, the pity chest maker. The pity chest maker. Oh, Banefire. I wonder if I'm supposed to play around Revitalize. The answer is no if they only have 1 mana. Six you. We did it! Pity chest! We got paired versus 3 matches we wanted and 2 we didn't. Results were as expected. Deck still feels fun. I like it. Anyway, it's almost 3:30 and I have some things I have to do today, and I don't have this deck built on Arena, don't own the cards, so I think we're just going to go ahead and call it. Thank you guys so much for stopping by, and of course, we'll be back later.